During the node development, there are a lot of back and forth things which I personally don't like. For example, if I'm modifying a node file and I want to get the result immediately reflected as an output, I need to restart the node module again. So I want to do that npm start or node, whatever the file name it is. Rather, I want a seamless experience. Also, in terms of Visual Studio Code, I have to switch between multiple windows. Like, for example, if I'm using Node and Express development, then my output generally goes into a browser, and then I want to see what is the output, how it looks like, and if I, let's say, have another browser open to view it, I have to switch between the windows. So how that experience can be made better in using Visual Studio Code and some of the extensions we have already. So let's see how that looks like. So we'll go into our Visual Studio Code. This time I'm using dark theme, and then that looks better for eyes because it's a longer demo. Now let me open a folder. Okay. So that's an empty folder. We don't have anything opening it the first time, asking you to trust whether I am trusting this. So let's say server.js. This is a good practice to write everything from scratch. So it's good for learning. So if you're learning Node for the first time, do it by hand. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to also need my terminal window where I'm going to initiate this project. So I'll say npm init. If I do that, it'll ask me a couple of questions. I'll leave it as a sample node, version 1, description, demo for node. Server.js, there's no test, get author is me, and MIT is license. Yes. The package.json is created, and you see in the package.json we have got start script, we just got node server.js. And if I do npm start, it'll basically run this script, right? So if you have multiple script needs to run together, you can do that through this kind of scripting mechanism. Now, what is important is that I need to use something like Express because I want to view it in browser, build an API, which is the elegant way to build an API using Express. So we'll talk about it in detail, but in Express, I need the library reference npm install Express. So that will install a couple of files in my local machine. While it is getting installed, what I can do, it's pretty fast though. I can go into the server.explorer and then I say const express equals to require express, right? So that's express is installed. And then I'll install const app express initialized. And then I say const port. I'll use port 5001. And once this port is ready, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a get method which will return me something. So I'll say app.get. And then if I say this slash, and I kind of say that I want to have an arrow function with 2-parameter request response. And I go ahead and say this arrow function, and this essentially returns me the the response parameter with some value which will be displayed in browser. Okay, so I'll go ahead and then end it with semicolon, and I go over here and I say response dot send, and I send hello. Okay, that's a fairly simple message I want to display in the browser. Now to run this, I need app.listen port, and then I need an arrow function over here, which will tell me a log, and that log will have running in port. Okay, so that's gonna run this, show this which port it is running, and I end it with semicolon. Good practice. Okay, so that's my uh, Express Node application looks like. Now to run that, I can say npm start, and that'll start this web server. And you'll see that the message will show up that it is running in 5001. What I can do, I can open a browser and run it, but rather than having a separate browser running this, what I can do, I can go ahead and get it part of my Visual Studio Code so that it basically is embedded into my application development. So let me show you what is the output. Localhost 5001. Okay, if you run this, and then not this API employee, if you say run this, it shows you hello. Okay, it's good. But what is not good is that I have to always come to a different window. Rather than that, I can use an extension called browser preview. So if you go over here and say uh, browser preview, okay, that's the extension I'm going to use. So this is the extension, and then you can see that it's already having a lot of fan following, right? So there's a lot of people who are already using it, so I am going to use it for a quick preview. And to launch it, Control Shift P, that's the command palette, and I say browser preview. Um, I will choose a different one, browser preview, open in browser preview. Okay, if I do that, it should launch my extension side by side Visual Studio. Okay, so once this is launched, it becomes fairly easy for me to really work on the extension right now. So let me see, open in browser preview. Took some time, just open to. I didn't want this, so let me. I notice here below your command palette. This is your code area, and let me make it bigger. And this is your output. Now, if I change anything to hello one, it don't reflect because I need to rerun this. To rerun this, I come to command palette. I terminate this execution. I run npm start again. And once this is started, I can go and refresh my browser all in the Visual Studio Code. I don't have to go anywhere outside of my Visual Studio Code, which is very convenient for me to really work on. But the problem here, you can see that every time I make some changes, I have to do this process of terminating and rerunning this. Instead, what I can do, I can use another utility from NPM, and that utility, let me just do that, npm my I node mon. If I run this utility, and then it will install all the necessary components in my local machine, Now what happens is that NodeMon is gonna take care of this change observation. So it will keep observing what are the changes I'm making in my Visual Studio code for the JavaScript file, and then it will refresh, it will restart that whole process. So it's just the thing I was doing earlier, right? So I was just stopping, starting. It'll do that on behalf of me. What I need to do is that once it is restarted, I'll be able to see that in the command terminal window, the output. I should be able to go and get the reflected one back into my browser if I hit refresh. Okay. So now one thing I need to make change here is in my package.json file. What I can do, I can go ahead, let me close this. I can go ahead and use nodemon in the start command. Okay. And then I use this browser open active file in browser preview. And let us open this. And I want to open localhost colon 5001. Okay. It won't run because this is not running right now at this point in time. So to run that, what I can do, I can say npm start, and that's gonna start this nodebon. Now you could see that it will run the server.js as node space server.js, but it will also have an eye on the folder and keep watching all the files if there is any kind of change happening. I can see that saying starting node server.js. Okay. And if it is running, I can click yes, and that it shows hello one. Now, if I, let's say, go over here and I say hello one again, okay, it's automatically going to save because I have enabled auto save in my Visual Studio Code, and it's going to kickstart the nodebon again. So you can see that nodebon restarted this and then reran that. I don't have to do anything. I come over here and refresh once it is reran. You can see hello again showing up. Just to show you that if I change everything and I say nodemon is an amazing way to develop. I really appreciate that. And then I just change it. So autosave is enabled. I don't have to click save. The file will be saved automatically. And once the file is saved, it triggers the changes. It restarts that node thing, and then I refresh it, and it will be able to see the changes showing up in my browser, all in the Visual Studio. Pretty convenient. Two extensions. One is nodemon, and another two things. One is nodemon to enable the continuous observation thing, and another is having browser in the same Visual Studio. Really, really makes life easy. Okay. So with this, I want to thank and hope you enjoyed this demo.